Hi, it's Craig and Lisa.
Hola. Good to see everyone.
Hola. Yes, Craig is definitely continuing with his Spanish with the apps. I can vouch for that.
And being here and immersed in it helps as
Yes,
well. So
yes,
I am definitely doing better, learning more, and hearing it better. I think that's a good sign for me is that when I hear something, I can understand certain words better.
yes. So there you go. There you go. But thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing our videos as well. And as
Yeah.
you know, we are on the road to 2,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
I just told Craig earlier today, we just need 10 more to reach 2,000. Uh, you guys are so generous with your subscribing. So if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe so you can help us out and you can get more information and see what we're up to as well. We appreciate that so much.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
Sure
So
enough.
thank you, thank you, thank you. So one of our subscribers asked a really good question, and I think they were considering whether they wanted to purchase bikes in Panama. And I thought, oh, that's a really good idea. So she wanted to know the pros and cons. And um, yeah, so we might not actually be able to like say the pros and cons. We can definitely give you our input on what we think about having bikes and particularly e-bikes
Right.
in Panama.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That is true. Yeah.
So
Our perspective on our experience of having bikes here. So yeah, we definitely can share that with you guys.
fortunately, we recently took a bike ride, which we do regularly.
Yeah.
So but it's a good time to show you the bike ride while we also discuss what we think about some of the pros and cons, the things you have to consider when you're thinking about riding a bike in Panama and overall.
Hmm.
But it is fair to say, I think it's important to say that we've had the bikes like during COVID, right?
Yeah, we've had these for about 5 years. So
Yeah.
we're seasoned with these bikes.
So, we've gotten used to riding bikes overall. So, your issue might even be that you're not used to riding bikes, even in the States. So,
Hmm.
that's the thing to consider as well. So, we didn't just start riding the bikes in Panama. So, we've kind of gotten used to, and we've traveled with our bikes domestically in the States as well. So, we rode them in different states, in different cities. So, when you see us maneuvering, it's not brand new to us.
Yeah, very
So that's important as
right.
well.
Yeah.
But I'm going to show you our route that we took, and we're going to talk you through the route, and then we're going to talk about some of the things you should consider as well. So I think if you are considering bringing your bikes or purchasing bikes in Panama, you have to be sure you consider where you move, where you live in Panama. It was a big part of our decision to live in the Bay of Vista area because we knew that it was very close to Santa Costera, which is what we're riding on now. This is Santa Costera, and you see it's this amazing road, or it's an amazing path that they have already built along the Pacific Ocean, and it's so beautiful. Like on this part, right where Craig is right now, that is the biking part of this. What do you call that? Like a track or
Lane,
lane?
because there's a walker's lane right next to it. So there's a little divider kind of, but bikes on one side along with skaters, scooters,
Yeah, I think anything on
anything
wheels.
on wheels on one side, and then a lot of walkers, joggers, runners are
Yeah,
on the other side.
right. So right now we're going through. This is the fish market area, and so this Santa Costera goes all the way down to the Amador Causeway as well.
Yeah,
So
this is the other side of the fish market, like
mhm.
close to the roundabout.
Yeah, so you have to just really be consider where you're going to live. So that's a big thing. But it's the same thing as if you have a pet or something, or if you have a medical condition, you want to live close to a hospital. If you have a pet, you want to probably live close to a park. So this is just another consideration that you need to think about, because Panama itself, I mean, it's not really bike friendly.
I would not say that the city, the streets, the traffic is bike friendly.
Right.
That was part of our decision of moving where we were. Is that we tried another area, particularly the San Francisco area. Beautiful area. We loved the area. It wasn't as walkable, and it definitely wasn't bikeable. And that was kind of high on our priority list. Is why we kind of chose where we were,
Right.
and we knew we wanted to continue to bike, which is a part of our lifestyle.
Right, right. So that is definitely something that you should consider. It's a pro, because also in this same area on Sunday mornings, they have this amazing thing that they do.
Yeah, it's really, really neat. They, I think it starts at like 6 a.m. or way before I wake up, but and it goes till noon, where they actually close one side of Balboa, and even going on the bridge all the way to the Amador Causeway, where bikers, walkers, everybody can just use that side to go all the way to the end of the causeway, which is a lot of fun. Every week there's a ton of folks that are out in little groups or individual, but it really is a great thing the city does. We enjoy it. We do it most Sundays, and we see a lot of other people out there. So that is something to look forward to if you're coming here, being able to get on the actual Balboa and ride all the way to the end of the Amador Causeway. I think from where we are, it's probably maybe a little over 8 miles to the end.
Yeah.
And so it's a good fun ride. And you can stop when you need to or whatever, keep going.
Pictures. It's so beautiful.
And it is so really beautiful. Very scenic. Very scenic.
So, but then they also rent bikes too if you don't have one. But if you are thinking about buying a bike, and if you don't live close to it, then for Sunday mornings even, you would have to figure out how you're going to get that bike to this location. Because we do have friends that have bikes, and they live in Clayton, and so their bike paths there too. But you know, it is a particular challenge that we talked to them about riding the bike all the way to Santa Costera, which is an ideal place to ride bikes, kind of set up to ride bikes. So that's something you should consider. Another thing to think about is just safety overall. And that goes back to, are you already used to riding a bike or not? Because like riding along the city streets are not like, I think Craig and I are building our confidence up more, that we're starting to ride. Like even here we're in Casa Viejo riding through. So, but you can see it's a little tricky, but it's just all about how confident you are as well.
Yeah, and then just knowing, like if you're on a bike and you're about to cross over, you need to make sure that in some gesture, whoever's in the car see you, because typically drivers aren't going to be looking for bikes. So you got to make sure from a safety standpoint that they see you if you're going to cross over, or if they're moving forward or something like that. So just make sure you make that eye contact or something so that you're riding safely.
The pro of having bikes is that, you know, occasionally we'll ride bikes to have coffee or to dinner or something like that, particularly in other cities. We haven't done it as much in Panama, but we could, especially, I don't know if you just saw that outdoor area where you can just keep an eye on the bikes as you are eating or something like that, that you know that it's in a public spot.
Right.
So that's another benefit. And we have gotten very accustomed to using the bikes functionally. Like at the end of this trip, for instance, we stopped by the fish market, and we can take the bikes to the produce market too. And I use the bikes, especially, I'm very comfortable now to take it to Foodie, to our supermarket, and to Ray's. And so, so the bikes come with these saddle bags that we can put bags in, or, you know, any gesture like that, so that the bike is actually functional as well.
Right. And I usually wear like a one of those sync backpacks where I can put stuff on my backpack and ride back. So
Yeah.
that's one of the things that I do. Bring one and then just kind of fill it up with what we need and ride back with it.
Yeah, because you do know that Panama has a lot of traffic, and we have a friend that has a car now too, but he's actually considering getting a bike as well, just because to avoid having to figure out parking and all those issues as well. So it's really cool, especially depending on where you live, that you can just easily jot around to grocery stores and to we've even rode ours to the bank to take care of some business. So um, I think the person who left the comment, she said, which I can agree to, that it's very difficult walking around so much
Yeah.
because it's so hot too, right? And you don't get very far. So another benefit is what you see while you're biking is just a whole totally different view.
Yeah,
It's like a different
yeah.
vantage
It,
as well.
it definitely is a different way to see the city. You pick out so many different things when you're biking around that you wouldn't normally see it in a car, even walking. So it is just a great way to see the city differently on a
Yeah.
bike.
And that's true no matter where you live as well. Like when we used to love to take the bikes to Myrtle Beach, and we had been so many times, but when we rode our bikes to Myrtle Beach, all of a sudden you see things you had not seen before or see it in a different
Yeah.
way as well. So that is definitely a pro of why you do want to um, bring your bikes with you to
Let me
Panama.
just add one more pro because a lot of people kind of hate on us a little bit sometimes because we have e-bikes. But as you can see, I am pedaling and I do get exercise. And the fact that it's an e-bike, it allows us to ride a lot longer and further because the motor can kind of kick in and keep you out longer. So just kind of understand that it is for exercise, and we do get a lot of exercise on the bikes, even though it does have some help with the pedal assist.
Yeah. Yeah. And hate may be a strong word. They give us a hard time for sure. Like strangers give us a hard time about this. We're like, what? Are you in our business? What is this?
Like, yeah, this is the point. We're outside, okay?
Yeah, but you'll get the amount of exercise that you want. Like for me, and the good thing about Panama too is that the terrain is generally flat. So there are not a ton of hills that we are trying to maneuver up. I mean, maybe some.
The bridges, but they're not too bad either.
So so that is another plus of Panama and riding a bike as well. But honestly, I don't know of too many cons or disadvantages of having a bike here besides just safety, just being safe.
Yeah, I would say that the safety issues when you're riding on the streets, I would not recommend it. Although I do know people that do. I play pickleball with some that ride bikes. I just choose. I'm like it. I don't feel comfortable enough to do it on the streets like that. So
I bet that surprises you, huh? That Craig's been safe on the bikes.
The other thing I'll probably say about cons is that we bought our bikes from the States and they are a different brand. So when I've had a couple issues with the bike, trying to communicate and get a bike shop to kind of work on it has been a little challenging. One of the things I had them do was change the tires because the tires kind of wear a little faster than I thought here. So I had to get new tires and things, but they were able to do that with no issues. But then some of the other things that I needed to do, even with getting the tires, I had to order the tires and have them delivered here because there was no place here in Panama to get the size tires for our bikes. So that's a con because parts and things like that may not be readily available. But so you just have to be resourceful and figure out how to make it work for what you need.
So are you ready to go out and purchase your bike for Panama? But not just Panama, no matter where you are, and start that lifestyle.
Yeah, I think it's a great complement to any lifestyle at any age. Incorporate biking, get you outside more, which is always good.
Yep.
And then you do get some exercise. You can get as much as you want, but just kind of know that it's a fun way to an activity and just kind of enjoying seeing the city in a different way.
Yeah, and so it does add so much more fun to our activities here in Panama. It gives us a level of freedom, like I said, just riding along the Pacific on the Cinta Costera. Every time we do it, it's just still so breathtaking
Yeah.
that we are always in awe each time we get out there and ride just at the beauty. So yeah, and we would love for you guys to be able to see it, which is why I do the videos and to be able to see it from that vantage as well.
Yeah.
So that is a really nice benefit. All right. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. The road to 2000,
All right.
2K, 2K. All right.
All right. Ciao.
You know what to do. Be blessed. Ciao. Hasta luego.